Hello class. Today we're going to meet the two foot soldiers, or infantrymen, in the English Civil War. We'll start with the Musketeer. Hello Musketeer.
Oh, hello there.
How are you getting on?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm really thrilled that you've given the time to talk to us about,
not a problem
about
at
your
all.
profession.
Oh, yes.
Could you explain to the class some of the pieces of equipment you use?
Oh, yes, my boy. Well, you see, this large gun I'm holding is called a musket.
Could you tell us a little bit more about it?
Oh, I'd love to. This weapon is the most advanced weapon nowadays. It can shoot 400 yards. It can tear through armor. And if the enemy do get a little bit too close, I can turn it round to smash their skulls in.
Wow, very impressive. But isn't it rather heavy to use?
Oh yes, it is very heavy, especially for me. I'm not the strongest of them all. But you see, that's why I have this rest. You see, I stick the spike in the ground, I put the musket in the fork, and that takes all the weight, and then I can use it to aim and kill.
What about that little bag you have? Does it contain treasure?
Treasure? No, that's my bullet pouch. And it contains all of my bullets.
And what about these little things next to it? Are they little sausages?
No, you silly buffoon. They're gunpowder cases. You see, I pour the gunpowder down the barrel of the musket with a bullet, and that's when I light the match. You see, I attach the lit match to the back of the musket, pull the trigger, and then boom, boom!
Well, that sounds very impressive. But were there any disadvantages to using your weapon?
Oh, sadly, yes, there were. You see, the musket is not very accurate weapon. Also, you can only shoot twice a minute, so you can't shoot very often, and, well, maybe the worst thing is that sometimes it can blow your own fingers off.
Well, thanks for your time, Musketeer.
Oh, that's okay, not a problem, but I'm afraid duty calls. I must go win the war now. Bye-bye.
Well, next we're going to meet a pikeman. How are you doing there?
Hey up, lad. Yeah, all right, thanks, mate. You?
Yeah, great, thanks. What's your weapon of choice?
Well, mate, if you haven't figured it out by my name, it's actually the pike.
So what's so special about that, then?
Well, it's a 5 metre long pole with a very sharp steel tip, and you know, that'll keep enemy at bay, keep them away from me.
And what do you do by way of protection?
Well, lad, I've got these thick leather gloves, and they protect me hands, and then I've got this heavy helmet, and well, that protects me head, and then I've got this steel breastplate, and that protects me body.
Well, you sound very well protected. And that pike seems very useful when the enemy's kept at bay. But what if they get up close?
Well, you see, mate, if they do get past me pike, that's when I get out me old faithful sword.
That's great. Could you tell us a bit more about how you fight?
Well, you see, lad, we actually fight in formation, which means we fight side by side, looking out for each other and protecting each other. And we work in ranks, and often the rank, or, you know, the row at the front, they'll stick their pikes in the ground with the spikes sticking up to make us more stable. And we're very good at holding our position.
I see. But are there any disadvantages of fighting with pikes?
Well, you see, we're not very well protected if people get round the side of us, so we always need to be looking over our shoulder for that pesky cavalry.
Well, thanks for that, Mr. Pikeman. I quite like your beard.
Oh, well, thank you, mate. I quite like you. Anyway, best be off now. Got a war to win.